The year is 1918, and it's the Mexican Revolution. There are way more things to go over than we could even start talking about today. But let's talk about the Catholic Church first. Let me start by introducing myself. My name is Emiliano Zapata. I'm kind of known for fighting for the rights of poor villagers and the indigenous people. I'm not a fan of the rich people who are in charge taking things from us and not giving us what we deserve. But that isn't what I want to talk about today. Let's talk about Catholicism. Christianity has two parts, Catholicism and Protestantism. Catholicism came first, and then Protestants broke off into their own religions. In Mexico, the indigenous people didn't always get along with their priests, but the church often played a role in the community. The church is based on a set of rules that has only changed slightly in the hundreds of years since it's been established. Those rules are what keep the community together, and without them, the community could fracture, which is far from what I wanted. Some northern politicians suggested that priests be allowed to abandon their vows, but that could only lead to a shortage of priests to look after the indigenous people's spiritual needs. So, why all the attacks on the Catholic Church? Let's start by reiterating the power that the church had in the community. When Madero overthrew Diaz, the church was concerned with the plans for land reform, but more importantly, the plan for reform to public education, which we see in the Plan de San Luis Potosi. Many of Madero's supporters were anti-clerical, which means an opposition to clergy or religious leaders of the church. The church advocated for fair elections, democracy, and the application of Catholic principles, as expressed in the Rerum Novarum and the Catholic Congress. So, you can see how, as Emiliano Zapata, I would advocate for the Catholic Church. The church is fighting for the same ideas that I am. As a devout Catholic, I think that the indigenous people could only benefit from the traditional values of the Catholic Church. And history shows that as literacy grew in Mexico, people allied themselves to the church. The church bases its values on specific religious beliefs, and that is beneficial to a community that is torn by politics and leaders fighting for their own benefit. Common belief in the Catholic Church is also uniting because it's a safe space for indigenous people to be one with each other outside of their separate politics. The Catholic Church also has very definitive hierarchy that was probably beneficial to a confused community. Simply put, there are priests, bishops, archbishops, and the Pope, in order of importance. Basically, these roles all have the same duties and rules and usually behave in an expected way. Their job is to serve the religious and spiritual needs of a community, and that's what the indigenous people need right now. They need people who have their best interests in mind. The importance of the church has been demonstrated throughout Latin America since the Spanish came over. The churches were the centers of towns, and everything is built around them. We also see that when the church loses its land, it throws off the town center. The Catholic Church has power for a reason. It can help the indigenous community. The only reason that they're being attacked is because the people in power are uncomfortable sharing the power that they've acquired. So, long story short, as a grown man and revolutionary named Emiliano Zapata in 1918 Mexico, I strongly believe that the Catholic Church is necessary and extremely beneficial to the community and the indigenous people's needs. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you stand with me, and God bless you.